Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are San Diego.
Two big hitters in the middle of the Padres lineup, Justin Upton and Matt Kemp. As they go, so go the Padres. Matt Kemp hoping he can pick up a tip from the red-hot Upton. And for the Chicago Cubs, Dexter Fowler, a home run. Game one, he had a big triple last night to keep low in a one-run Cubs victory. We're ready to go at Petco Park in downtown San Diego on another beautiful night. The rubber game of this three-game series and the rubber game of their all-time series. Each team has won 116 games in previous meetings. That's at Petco Park, and we welcome you aboard here on this Thursday night with Mark Grant, Dick Enberg. Pleased you're with us. The turnabout for the Padres this year, obviously hitting better, but the pitching still has everyone perplexed, and Odrisamer Despaigne is part of that story.
Everything works off the location of the fastball for Odrisamer Despaigne, and we're going to show you via the Fox vision when he is hitting his corners. Look, there's the strike zone on the box. He's splitting that baseball in the outside corner. That's a strikeout. There's another one. He could work up in the zone, but hitting the corner. And inside, outside, up, and in. Now he can expand the zone with that changeup, with that cutter, or that curveball. So everything is working off the fastball command. He can be aggressive, but there's a difference. He has to be efficient with that pitch. He has to be right on target with that fastball. And there you see the splits.
That's for the entire Padre pitching staff. Now look at last year, a 2.98 ERA for the entire staff. This year, it's ballooned to 4.36.
It all boils down, Dick, to just missing with their spots in the strike zone and the opposition just capitalizing on those bad pitches.
Well, manager Joe Madden of the Cubs and manager Bud Black of the Padres have known each other for more than 30 years, coached against each other, coached with each other, managed against each other. But how well do they really know each other? The answer to that question coming up.
Welcome back to Petco. Buddy Black and Joe Maddon's relationship goes way back to their 2002 time with the Los Angeles Angels for the World Championship team. But I wanted to test their relationship and see how well Joe Maddon, as he calls Pepe, really know each other. So I asked Buddy what his favorite rock and roll song was, and then I saw if Joe could name it. Take a look.
That's a tough one. I don't know. I got a few. Rosalita by Bruce Springsteen.
What did Pepe pick? I'm saying Pep picked something by Springsteen, and I'm saying Pepe picked Kitty's Back in Town. It wasn't Kitty's Back in Town.
I'll give you a clue. Something with Rosa.
Yeah, it's Rosalita. That was number 2. So, right.
Big clue there.
Yeah, well, Rosalita, that was the Lafayette theme song. That was at Lafayette College on Thursday afternoon, which was the beginning of the weekend, until Monday night. Rosalita will be playing outside the windows in the quad. So you have all those big old, like, 50-pound speakers sticking out the window on Thursdays at 3 o'clock, and it would all be Rosalita. He's right about that. But if you go back to the day, Kitty's Back in Town was my number 1 Springsteen song.
Jay up and out. Justin Upton with 3 home runs on the homestand. He looks to stay hot, and the Padres look to take the series. Dick Enberg and Mark Grant have the call. First pitch is next on Fox Sports San Diego.
A couple of one-run games to open this series. Padres winning 4-3 in Game 1, and last night it was the Cubs prevailing 3-2. And we're set to go for the rubber game. Indeed, here in San Diego, the Cubs, when they've come to San Diego, have won 116 and lost 116. And the Cubs lineup, Joe Maddon has them hitting this way, brought to you by Hyundai. Dexter Fowler, much like the lineup he's used throughout the entire series. Then Chris Bryant, the young phenom from the University of San Diego, Anthony Rizzo hitting .333. Starlin Castro, the cleanup hitter. Miguel Montero behind the plate. Jorge Soler in right field. Chris Coughlin, the left fielder. And again, Maddon has his pitcher hitting 8th, Kyle Hendricks. And the young second baseman Addison Russell bats 9th.
Now, one of the things you're going to have to look for in this rubber game of the series is the running game for the Chicago Cubs. with Odrisamer Despaigne on the mound. How effective will he be? And will Joe Maddon put his Cubs in motion to try to get that extra base?
That's a good point. They've stolen 39 bases. That's the second most in the major leagues this year, the Cubs. So Despaigne takes the mound, the defense behind him, and Joe Maddon ready to go to work with his Cubs, who are playing very good baseball. How about the scouting report on Odrisamer Despaigne?
On deck for the right-hander, he needs to execute fastball location. He needs to work a little bit more aggressively, maybe a little bit more quickly, pick up the pace. So Odrisamer, his chance to go deep in the game and keep these Cubs off balance.
Statistics sometimes lie, but this one doesn't. In the last less than 10 innings, Despaigne has given up 19 earned runs. That's got to stop.
He's missing in the strike zone quite a bit. Falling behind doesn't help matters either. We talked about it in the pregame show. If he gets strike one, he can do so many things, open up so many doors to try to keep these Cubs off balance.
Let's check the gloves behind him. Defensively, it's Upton, Venable, and Kemp in the outfield from left to right. The infield, Middlebrooks and Amariste on the left side. Spangenberg at second, Solarte at first, and Norris behind the plate. Padres defense brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Cubs will finish the 3-game series here, then head over to Arizona. 3 games this weekend against the Diamondbacks. The Padres after the game tonight. The bags are packed and will hop on the bus up by 5 to Dodger Stadium, staying in Pasadena at the Langham Hotel there. They'll play 3 with the Dodgers over the weekend, then move back down the freeway to Anaheim for 3 against the Angels. So Despaigne, 28-year-old from Havana, trying to get back on the winning track. Fowler, excellent leadoff man. He's been hot the last 12 games with 3 home runs, 3 doubles, the triple last night. He scored 14 runs in those 12 games.
Has he tried to show bunt this series leading off?
Not really. Not seriously.
Remember, I called it last night and I was way off. 0 for right out of the gate. Not showing bunt right there.
But respecting the possibility, Middlebrooks in on the grass at third base. And not a good start at 2-0 on that fastball missing away.
Well, there's Middlebrooks. Now he kind of backs up a little bit, but he'll creep in a little bit. 2-0, hitters count.
Breaking ball for a strike. Well, actually, that's just a fastball that cut in there. A Padre killer. Fowler, 375 average in 23 games. There's the changeup, 3-1. All 4 pitches on the outside. And he walks the leadoff man. That's exactly what Bud Black and the Padres hoped he would not do.
One thing I want to keep an eye on as Chris Bryant comes to the plate tonight also with Despaigne is shaking off Derek Norris. I think this is one of those games where go with Derek Norris. Whatever he puts down, throw that pitch, throw to the glove, take all the thinking out of it.
Here's Chris Bryant off to an excellent start in his rookie season, hitting .291. He leads the team in RBIs, and there's a good fastball at 92. Midst of a 9-game hitting streak is Bryant. And his on-base percentage, #2 in the major leagues, behind Bryce Harper. I'm sorry. That's a deep drive to center field, and it's carrying long, and Bryant is going to circle the bases with his 5th home run of the season. So you hope for the best, and the worst jumps up on Despaigne and the Padres. A walk and a home run from Bryant, and it's 2-0 Cubs.
After getting ahead on the fastball, up and away for a strike. The next pitch is a hanging breaking ball. Pitch #2, Fox Tracks, brought to you by Honda. A short stride, and Chris Bryant gets extended. This kid's some kind of strong.
2 more RBIs to 27 now to lead the Cubs. And they're tough when they score first. They're 16-7. So a rocky start again for Despaigne. Rizzo, the hitter.
When that curveball just rolls up there about belt buckle high, it says hit me. He's got to get that down.
2 strikes now on Rizzo. Home run smile from young Bryant. Off the fist.
Let's take a look at this side swing of Chris Bryant. Watch the stride. Kind of just a little toe tap. Hips, shoulder, square to the pitcher, and then explosion. That barrel of the bat traveling through the zone nicely on that elevated hanging breaking ball.
Yeah, from the time he played high school ball at a high level in Las Vegas to coming here to the University of San Diego to his brief time in the minor leagues, always a home run hitter. Cubs got him in the 2nd overall pick, and his future seems so incredibly bright. Rizzo takes inside, 1-2. Excuse me, it's Rizzo, not Bryant, who is number 2 in the major leagues in on-base percentage, 460. Bryce Harper, 472. That's a swing and a miss, and the ball gets away.
Hit him, I think.
All right, Rizzo hit by the pitch, and
Despagne
saying, wait a minute, he swung at the pitch. That should be strike 3.
Yeah, dead ball should be strike 3 if there were 2 strikes.
But if it's a strikeout, then he could advance to first base on the ball getting away from the catcher.
If this ball hits him, it's a dead ball.
Yes.
Hits him, yep, dead ball.
Just like it hit him in the foot last night. He's so close to home plate, and he doesn't seem to mind getting hit, and that is the 13th time this year he's been hit by a pitch.
Yeah, if it's 1-2, it's strike 3 because it's a dead ball. Once the ball hits the hitter, it's dead ball, strike 3. He's out. Because the count was 1-2.
Correct. So he
Swing and a miss.
swings and misses.
Dead ball.
So he's out, and
Yes.
the fact that the ball hits him doesn't matter. Although now the plate umpire Ed Hickox raises the fist, and Rizzo knew he was out, but why not go to first base and hope you get the call? For a while looked as if he was going to pull it off. So the first strikeout for Despagne. Joe Madden wants an explanation from Hickox.
Maybe Joe Madden, just maybe he's trying to argue that he ticked that ball, fouled that ball before it hit him. It was clearly did not make contact with that ball with Anthony Rizzo's bat.
So 61-year-old manager of the Cubs is satisfied with the explanation. And look at Rizzo. He tried to work his way to first base. That's the smile of the kid that, yeah, Mom, I did have my hand in that jar. And there were no cookies.
Hey, and you know what? If you're a hitter, why not try to do that? Run it out. Let the umpires make the call. Let them make the decision.
Starlin Castro, a 266 hitter. 1-1. Ground ball up the middle, a long way for Amarista to go, and he can't get there. Not hit hard, but great direction. Amarista was playing him to pull deep in the hole, and Castro punches that ground ball to center field.
Well, a 38 hopper, and look where Amarista is. So this ball is hit. He's got a long way to go. No chance.
So here in the inning, the leadoff walk, always flirting with danger. And Bryant following with a 2-run home run. Strikeout of Rizzo and Castro a single, and here's Miguel Montero. 4 home runs, one of those against Despagne.
You know, we talked about the splits, Dick, early in the pregame show about the numbers, how lefties have better numbers against Despagne. Let's keep an eye on the location of the pitches. That first one to lefty Montero was away. Do lefties dive? Do they get that ball away all the time? Middle away.
He's had good success, Despagne, against the left-handed hitters, and that includes Rizzo. A fly ball to left field. Upton has to hurry in. Enough time to make the catch. 2 away. Brings up Jorge Soler. 18 pitches for Despaigne, and the Padres are averaging just about that, a little more in the first inning. So a lot of work early in the game for Padres starters. Dave Roberts giving some signals to the infield. And Soler, widespread stance. .93 for Despaigne in that fastball. Soler, one of the leaders in the major leagues and most times striking out. Works the count to 2-0. 23 years young, this product of Havana, Cuba. 6'4", 215-pounder, broad-shouldered.
First 2 pitches have been away. Looks like another one here away.
Taken all away. A cutter, 2-1. Lowest plate appearance strikeout this season. 3 strikeouts per plate appearance. So more simply stated, every 3 times up, he's striking out.
A lot of swings and misses, but he'll run into one once in a while. Let's see if Odrisamer Despaigne can kind of go soft and or locate that fastball up and out of the zone where he doesn't get hurt.
Well, Chris Bryant, who hit his home runs at Fowler Field on the campus of University of San Diego for 3 years, gets one here at the big park. And a swing and a miss, and Soler has gone down on strikes again. A couple of strikeouts for Despaigne, but the Cubs strike for 2. Brought to you by GMC. Precision matters. By Petco. What we feed them matters. By Sony, the leader of 4K Ultra HD. And by Jerome's, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. No phony sales, just pure value. The beautiful Coronado Bridge spanning the mainland over to our friends in Coronado. And here is the Padres starting lineup tonight, brought to you by your Toyota dealers of San Diego County. Corey Spanchenberg, then Derek Norris and Matt Kemp. Justin Upton. Veris Solarte hits 5th, and Venable, Middlebrooks, Amarista, and Despaigne bats 9th. Against Kyle Hendricks, the 25-year-old from up the freeway in Mission Viejo, Capistrano Valley High School. Fits very well against the Padres at Wrigley Field in mid-April. Chopper by the mound. Russell, the second baseman, gets Spanchenberg one away.
Time now for the Cubs scouting report on Kyle Hendricks, and it's brought to you by Verizon Wireless. Sinker, changeup, curveball. We just saw a sinker there. If he's on with that, he's going to get a lot of ground balls. He's not overpowering. He's only going to hit about 86 to high 80s, topping out at maybe 89. Road ERA of almost 5.5. This is his 5th road start, his 8th overall this year.
Only one decision. 6 starts to no decision. That ties him with the most in the major leagues with Chase Anderson of Arizona. In the game at Wrigley, he went 6 innings. He gave up a home run to Kemp, the only home run hit by Kemp, by the way, on the season, and then retired 14 straight. Didn't figure in the decision. 7-6 in extra innings. Bryant throws out Norris. Couple of ground ball outs to start things for Kyle Hendricks. And here's the Cub defense behind him, brought to you by Renovation Realty. Coughlin in left, Fowler center, Soler in right. Bryant and Castro on the left side. Russell and Rizzo man the right side of the Cubs infield with Montero behind the plate. Hendricks almost went to the University of San Diego. His third baseman, of course, Bryant, was a Torero, but received a scholarship at Dartmouth, and so he became an Ivy Leaguer. Earned the nickname with Texas as the Professor. There you go. Well, Central Michigan's kind of the Ivy League
Absolutely.
of the Midwest. You know. Matt Kemp. Maybe the sight of Hendricks on the mound will be one that inspires the swing that produced a home run last time they faced. That awakening is something highly anticipated by Bud Black and Padre fans. 1-2.
You can see the movement on that two-seam fastball. He's hit 90 on that last one. And what do you know? 2 ground balls here for 2 outs in the first inning. Got to get him up in the zone.
Count stays at 2-2. But after a .326 start in April for Matt Kemp, hitting only 174 here in May, and has had a tough series against the Cubs. He's 0 for 8 with 4 strikeouts. Full count with Justin Upton waiting his turn. Got him. A 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Hendricks, and the Cubs lead 2-0. So far, the Cubs in front as we go down to Allie Sturm. Allie.
Thank you, Dick. I'm here with Officer Edwin Goretti, who is part of the Star Pal organization. It's a nonprofit. And can you tell me what the Star Pal organization is all about?
Yeah, so Star Pal is a police athletic league. It's ran by the San Diego Police Department and San Diego County Probation Department. So essentially what we do is we do inner-city programming for at-risk kids. So police officers, deputies, probation officers have an opportunity to go out into some of these communities, form some partnerships with some of the youth in these communities.
And how long have the Padres been involved with Star Pal? And tell me about these baseball clinics, too.
So the Padres have been involved with us for over 10 years. It's a wonderful partnership. I think that they give us an opportunity to go out into some of these schools and bring these kids to these games. The way the partnership works is that we run a baseball clinic at the school, and then the next day the Padres give us 80 tickets to bring 60 kids and 20 chaperones to the game. And honestly, a lot of these kids never had the opportunity to come to Petco Park, so it's just kind of a win-win for everyone involved.
Well, I know Yonder Alonso helped out at the baseball clinic yesterday. And how will people get involved with Star Pal?
Well, we have a website. It's www.starpal.org. And as far as Yonder is concerned, Yonder was great yesterday. Signed autographs, hung out with the kids. He actually was trying to work with us to get the kids here a little earlier so they could come to batting practice. So it didn't work out, but Yonder's a great player. Padres always do a great job in the community.
Well, thank you so much for your time. And I can see these kids are having a lot of fun out here today, Dick.
Yeah,
Back
they
to
are
you.
indeed. The Star Pal, thank you, Allie, and a terrific program. And the Padres are proud to be a colleague, a partner in that program. Have a good time, kids. Enjoy the game. Bring the Padres some luck. They got their Padres jerseys on. And Yonder, while he's on that disabled list, still representing the ball club and a very fine cause. Well, the inning opens with Chris Coghlan lining a double into the left field corner. Hendricks, the pitcher, trying to bunt, pops out to Derek Norris. So one away to Addison Russell, hitting ninth. Russell hitting at .242, a couple of home runs. Watch out. Ooh, that's a wicked line drive. Just beyond the Padre dugout. And hopefully they were able to hit for cover down there. Not much time to react.
No.
Two and one.
Kind of dropping the arm angle on that last pitch, but still tremendous movement from Odrisamer Despaigne on that two-seam fastball. Needs to keep it down. Work for a grounder.
That's going to slice into the crowd down the first base side. Russell, just 21 years of age. They feel eventually he'll move from second over to short and be the long-term shortstop. Has better range than Castro. Gets away, but Coghlan puts on the brakes. He thought about trying to make it to third.
Yeah, speaking of Russell, there are some people out there that thinking along just what you were saying. Move Starlin Castro to second base and Addison Russell to shortstop. But right now, Castro is the shortstop for Joe Madden and the Cubs.
Watch out. Now the bat goes flying. 7-8 rows back of the field on the third base side, and fortunately didn't hit anyone. And that gentleman has himself a very special souvenir as Russell goes down swinging. Oh, that's a hammer throw.
Yes, it is. Not enough stick 'em. Grips might be a little worn. Just thankful that nobody got hit with that flying bat.
He didn't spill a drop. So leadoff hitter Fowler with Coghlan still at second base. Walk to open the ball game, and Despaigne and the Padres paid for it because Bryant followed immediately with the 2-run home run to center field.
Cut fastball into the lefty. And with that said, the outfield playing him to go that way. Shifting over towards that left field line just a little bit.
There's that slow breaking ball, and Fowler kind of double clutched on it and fouled it back.
I think he got away with one there, Dick, because that one was a hanger.
Bryant on deck. Coughlin with a couple of home runs, solo homers, game 1 of the series. Cubs already with the 2-0 lead. Coughlin at second base with 2 outs, and 2-2 coming up to Fowler.
Oh. I thought that was going to get him in the foot. Nice block by Derek Norris on that curveball.
First time that Despaigne has pitched against the Cubs. Watch out, this one not lashed quite so severely into the crowd. Good play made by a fan about 4 rows behind the Cubs dugout. With a name like Fowler, you should hit a few balls into the crowd, shouldn't you?
Good call. Absolutely right.
Yeah. And another foul.
So Ron Fairley would always hit the ball.
There you go.
Fair territory.
Fairley and Fowler, yes.
That guy could hit a little bit, Ron Fairley.
The redhead, you bet. Number 6. The Dodgers. A chance to do a few broadcasts with Ron Fairley before he moved up to Seattle. And he walks Fowler again.
We're going to take a look at the home run swing from Chris Bryant on Fox Vision. Want to look at the glove of Derek Norris. It's down, it's away, but on contact. That is a hanging breaking ball. Chris Bryant gets extended, and once again, the breaking ball that stays up does not have to break. And Chris Bryant got extended nicely on that hanging breaking ball for the home run.
417 feet, the straightaway center field, they measure it.
He had him 0-1. It was an 0-1 pitch. And there it is. There's the proof. First pitch was a called strike. 0-1. The curveball, pitch number 2. Whew.
That must have been pulsating when it came up to Bryant. Hit me, hit me. Changeup has him out in front.
Now remember, James Shields, how did he take care of Chris Bryant? Heavy dose of changeups. That was a dandy of a changeup from Odrisamer, that last pitch.
2 out, 2 on for the Cubs here in the second. Low, 2-1. How about the keys to the game, Mark Grant? Brought to you by our San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, get to Hendricks early because the proof is first time through the lineup, opponents hit .310 off of Hendricks, and Despaigne shut down right-handed hitters. We talked about the averages. Righties hitting .314. He's got to bring that down. He's got to make an adjustment.
And Bryant, the right-handed hitter, punishing with a 2-run homer, but he strikes out on the changeup. And the 4th punch out for Despaigne. 2 men are left for the Cubs. Padres trail by 2. The middle of the order coming up, led by Justin Upton. have disappeared here at Petco Park. Some big clouds. There is a forecast for possible rain later tonight, as we remind you that tonight's game is presented in HD by Sony 4K. There's some HD Padre fans. Upton starts the second for the Padres. Kyle Hendricks with 1-2-3 first inning, a couple of ground balls. Upton with 9 of those 11 home runs here at Petco. And last night he hit a shot much like Chris Bryant, straightaway center. And the Padres had a 2-1 lead. But Tyson Ross then would relinquish that lead in the next inning. Ball up the middle, but they have the second baseman shading in that direction. And it may have slowed down when it hit the pitching circle.
Absolutely. Ball kicked up in the air. We were playing them that way a little bit, but that ball hitting the pitcher's mound, aiding the Cubs defensively for the 4-3 putout. Let's check it out. Hit hard up in the air, slows it down a little bit.
So 4 straight retired by Hendricks. Jan Solarte, the hitter. .312 from the left side on the season. Kyle Hendricks, drafted by the Texas Rangers 4 years ago out of Dartmouth University. 8th round pick. Get your special shot there. Beautiful Petco Park. And then was traded to the Cubs 3 years ago, 2012, in the deal that sent Ryan Dempster to the Rangers. Long and lean, 6'3" and 190 pounds.
Got a pretty good idea what he's doing out there as well, because last year he made his debut in 2014. Got to remember, this kid's only got 80+ innings going into this year. But you look at him and the way he pitches, he's got a pretty good idea.
And another strikeout. A changeup gets Solarte. 5 straight retired by Hendricks.
Saturday, it's a couple days from now. MLB on Fox Sports 1 continues as the Brewers take on the Braves. That's at 12:30 p.m. Pacific. Then at 4 p.m. Pacific, it's the return of Baseball Night in America on Fox as the Redbirds, the Cardinals, and the Royals renew their in-state rivalry. Coverage begins at 12:30 p.m. Pacific on your home for baseball every Saturday, Fox and Fox Sports 1. There's a couple of old-timers going over the hitters.
Yeah, he's got a little schizophrenia going there with a hat one team and a jersey the other. Russell unable to handle Venable's ball, bounced up the middle. We'll see how they score that. It's going to be a tough chance for Russell with Venable's speed. Padres have their first base runner and credit Venable with an infield hit.
Yeah, that was a long run there for Russell. Up the middle. And Will Venable always hustling down that line for the infield single.
Will's quietly in the last 9 games hitting in .370. Middlebrooks. Strike 1. He's raised his average up to .212. Had a couple of hits last night, a single and a bloop double.
Sometimes after those bloop doubles, you start squaring them up, you start splitting the gaps, and next thing you know, that average is creeping up, that on-base percentage, the power numbers going up.
One and two. Hendricks pitching from the stretch for the first time. Over but low. Middlebrooks sees a lot of pitches downstairs, and they don't want to get up into his power, up into the letters.
Yeah, just like the breaking ball, that 2-seamer will flatten out as well if it's up in the zone. And we know that Will Middlebrooks, if it's middle in, he can turn on it.
But that off speed changeup, and he's way out in front. A couple of strikeouts for Hendricks in the second. completing their 3-game series. Madison Bumgarner against Clayton Kershaw. A bomb well over 400 feet as Kershaw and the Dodgers shut out 4-0. The Giants won all 3 games of the series, all by shutouts. Tim Hudson, then Tim Lincecum, and then today Madison Bumgarner. So they're really making their move, the Giants.
And Dodgers in a drought, scoring runs. It's been a long time. We're 20-some innings now, right?
27, and I don't know when they scored their last run before going to San Francisco. So they are going to be hungry when the Padres meet them tomorrow night. Zach Greinke waiting for the Dodgers to pitch the opener against the Padres. But with the 3 straight for the Giants, they're now only a game and a half out of first place. Padres, if they can rally and win, they'll move to within 4 of the first place Giants.
Anthony Rizzo choking up on that bat. That's a good couple inches. Some bat control from the big young left-hander.
Struck out the first time.
Remember Barry Bonds used to choke up, and he was so quick with that bat from the left side.
Yeah, big, strong hitters. They don't need all the lumber. More control, perhaps. Looper, second baseman. Actually, it's Amarista who's playing on the second base side in the shift, who drifts back and makes the catch. Well, let's take a look at the National University standings. We're talking about the NL West. Arizona won today. They swept the 3 games at Miami. Colorado won today. So with the Dodgers losing, it squeezes the 5 teams in the NL West, separated by only 8 games. Padres at the moment 4.5 out.
Pods need a W.
Castro singled, a ground single to center the first time. Shift is on. Big hole up the middle. We were talking about Castro and maybe the shift eventually having Addison Russell, the second baseman, playing short, and Castro second. The other rumor mill has Castro at 25 and an excellent hitter, perhaps trade bait for a starting pitcher.
A lot of Cole Hamels talk going on these days.
Dodgers also interested in Hamels, we hear. A shame the Dodgers don't have money, though. You know? They got to work from this pittance of financial power. You know, Ryu is out for the year, shoulder surgery. McCarthy is out for the year. So we're going to see a couple of men that will need some introduction to the Padres. Bolsinger and Frias in the series after Greinke. Hot dog in one hand and the ball in the other. There you go. They're looking for it. Someone that'll appreciate that souvenir as that slow curveball bounces in. 3-2 to Castro.
Everybody's having a good old time at the ball yard.
Yeah, it wound up in the right pair of hands. Cotton candy in one and a ball in the other. Back to the mound. Easy play for Despaigne, and there's 2 away.
Hey, believe it or not, folks, it's time to start voting. Voting for your favorite Padres All-Stars via the 2015 Esurance MLB All-Star Game ballot. You can vote up to 35 times for your Padres from now through July 2nd at padres.com/vote. All these Padres are all All-Star worthy, so get online and vote today. Vote for your Friars.
Yeah, you look at the 2 lineups for the Cubs right now. The obvious choice would be Anthony Rizzo, having a great season, .333. High deep drive off the bat of Montero to right center field. Kemp goes back and plays it off the base of the wall, and Montero cruises into second with a double. Just missed a home run. Another double, a home run and a couple of doubles for the Cubs against Espana tonight.
Got underneath that one just a little bit too much, and this ball, it's in. It looks like a little cut fastball in. Montero, it's elevated, but he gets his hands through quickly. Matt Kemp goes to the point of no return and plays the Karen, but Will Venable is there. Will Venable does that so well when he's playing center field. You have to back up your right fielder. You have to back up your left fielder. He was there to get the ball in.
Soler struck out the first time. The Cubs, while they're playing great ball, have had trouble coming up with a hit with runners in scoring position. Listen to this. They're 0 for the last 26 with the man in scoring position and 0 for 12 in the series.
Well, hopefully it's 0 for 27 and 0 for 13 after this at bat with Soler.
A 2-out double Montero. He's perched at second. Breaking ball at 80 miles an hour. 61 pitches already for Despaigne. Soler and Despaigne, both from Havana. Undoubtedly somewhere along the line they've faced each other in this great game down on the island of Cuba. Fly ball to left field. Upton has a beat on it. And that's it for the Cubs. They strand Montero after his double. Middle of the third, 2-0 Chicago. Brought to you by Sequan Casino, only 25 miles from Petco Park. By Jack in the Box, head to Jack in the Box for Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. And by RCP Block and Brick. Start your outdoor project at rcpblock.com. Beautiful Balboa Park and the 100th anniversary of the Panama-San Diego exposition that encouraged trade from Panama to San Diego 100 years ago when this was just a small village. Amarista, then Despaigne and Spangenberg here in the third. They've now opened that tower this year with the renovation. Amarista tied for the team lead in walks with 14. Hendricks doesn't give you many free ones.
No, he's around the plate. Good quality pitches. Good running fastball like that one.
Off the plate, but induces the swing. 2-2.
He will actually throw that changeup we mentioned, and he'll cut that in to the lefties and away to the righties.
Oof. That was a good pitch. Full count.
Well, some pitchers just throw the changeup. He'll actually make it do things. Cut it, make it sink.
Hit well to left field, but Coughlin is positioned well. A couple of backward steps, and there's one away. The ever dangerous man with the wood. Odrisamer Despagne, 1 for 11, a big one.
And oh, how we miss Mr. Padre.
That beautiful statue that will be a feature forever.
I know I've said this before. I'm sorry, Dick. I know I've said this before, and you've been around the league. That is the best statue made throughout all of Major League Baseball of the greats. Like you go to St. Louis, you go to Philadelphia, you go to Pittsburgh.
Cubs with
exactly
their great stars, Williams and Branks.
That is the best one of number 19, Mr. Padre Tony Gwynn.
And he loved it.
Yes,
he really felt that the artist captured him perfectly. 2-1 to Despagne.
Need some marks on that bat for Despagne. That's too clean of a bat.
3-1. Hendricks working carefully to Odrisamer.
Those marks you see on that bat from going in and out of the bat rack. Not many baseball marks.
Taking all the way, full count.
You know he's going to throw it right down the middle here. Take a hack.
He does, and swings and misses. 4 strikeouts for Hendricks.
Follow the Padres all season in 2015 with MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is up to the moment, at any moment, with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com At Bat for your smartphone or tablet.
What's your smartphone's GPA? You know,
I've got a dumb phone. I don't know if mine's a smartphone. My phone's GPA.
Well, you know, grade point average. It's a smartphone. Spangenberg, and he's taken care of by Russell, and another quick, easy inning for Kyle Hendricks. Cubs lead it 2-0.
So you want to be a catcher, huh?
What tools?
Yeah. How about Derek Norris? Off the foot. You get it all over the place. Off the baby maker right there. Brings you to your knees. How about the inside part of the thigh? Yeah. That'll make you skip. Oh, then you get in the head. Just when you forget about your knee, you get in the head, and then, oh my gosh, off the knee, the other knee. So you want to be a catcher?
That's why they call it the tools of ignorance. Those are the tools of his trade.
But you know what, though? He shakes it off, and he just gets right back there and does the best he can for his pitching staff.
Well, we're talking about the All-Star, and if you're going to pick one team or one player off a team, and the Cubs, it would be Anthony Rizzo. This man is going to get a lot of votes. He made the All-Star team last year with the Oakland A's in the American League side. And, of course, Justin Upton would be the other. Soft line drive to Spangenberg off the bat of Coughlin. He doubled the first time up. One away. And Kyle Hendricks, the pitcher, steps up. Tried to bunt his way on, popped out to catcher Norris. And a ground ball sounded like a broken bat. Spangenberg fires to first for the out. 2 away.
Well, speaking of All-Star votes, we've got a 2-time All-Star down by the Padre dugout. Steve Finley joins us. Welcome, Steve.
Hi, good to be back here.
How about making the All-Star team for the first time? What was that like?
A little nerve-wracking getting there. You don't feel like you belong there, and then after a while, everybody makes you feel comfortable with the guys that have been around. But you kind of look around the room, you're kind of in awe the first time.
Any particular player that first visit to the All-Star game that you couldn't wait to shake hands?
Cal Ripken. I played with him my first 2 years, and he made a huge impact on my career, so I couldn't wait to see him.
Here's Addison Russell, 2 outs, bases empty. He struck out swinging the first time. And his strike 3, and the bat carried about 10 rows back into the crowd. That's an upper deck souvenir. Well, as you get a bird's eye view of Odrisamer Despaigne, any judgments made down there by the dugout, Steve?
Well, the numbers coming in struggled against right-handers, and you saw there in the first inning that loopy curveball, and it wasn't missed by Bryant.
Yeah, Steve, being a hitter, that breaking ball just rolls up there when it's elevated. It doesn't have that bite if it's down around the knees or the ankles.
I was watching him, and it seemed like he was dropping down to the side a little more with the right-handed pitch, with the right-handed hitters, and more over the top, and his ball was cutting on the left-handed hitters. I don't know if that was conscious or subconscious, but maybe that's something he needs to look at.
Well, it's a slow curveball at 68.
Everything is away to the right-handed hitter here in this inning. Addison Russell, we talked about it earlier. Righties hitting 314, lefties 213. Is he consistently being middle away to the righties and not pitching ineffectively to those right-handed hitters?
There's a base hit to right field by Russell. That's the 5th hit for the Cubs tonight.
And Steve Finley was talking about the arm angle of Despaigne. It looked like he kind of dropped down a little bit on that one, low 3/4, as he does so many times. The high leg kick, name and number, and then the long stride. Kind of lower 3/4. Just didn't get it down and out enough to Addison Russell.
So to the top of the order, Dexter Fowler up twice, walked both times, and he scored in the first inning. Led off the game with a walk and scored on Bryan's home run. The 2-0 Cubs lead. Line drive foul. High fly ball center field. Venable searching the sky and picks out that white pellet for the out. Cubs leave their 5th man. We're in the middle of the 4th inning. 2-0 Cubs. Derek Norris, the Padre catcher, will lead it off. The Padres need a couple to tie. hit. The infield hit by Venable. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and our closed captioning for tonight's game is brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. Thursday night baseball an hour earlier than normal so that both teams can make their break onto the next baseball stop. The Cubs to Arizona, the Padres to Los Angeles. Norris starts things here in the 4th. He grounded to third base his first time. Kemp and then Upton to follow for the Padres. Hidden somewhat behind all the youth and the conversation about how young the Cubs are, and the fact that they've got some excellent offensive players, and Bryant, of course, getting a lot of headlines, is the fact, and Rizzo, is the fact their pitching has been very good. Chop toward third, a tough play for Bryant, bare hand, and gets him on a close play.
That's a nice play by Chris Bryant. He's playing back at third base. You have to respect the power and the authority off the bat of Derek Norris. See how he rounds himself and catches that ball on the right side. He's just got good baseball instinct and how to position himself in order to make a quality throw and an accurate throw to Anthony Rizzo. Actually taking the time to circle around that ball so he can catch it on the right side rather than in front and then having to move his arm all the way to make the throw.
A strong buggy whip throw. And here's Matt Kemp. He struck out swinging the first time. Just to complete the thought about their pitching, that in this series they've allowed 3 earned runs so far. 3. Remember the 4-3 win on Tuesday night. There were 3 unearned runs. The Padres taking advantage of 3 errors by the Cubs, and then last night only a couple of runs, 2 on Upton's home run. So the last 10 games, their starters with a 2.71 ERA. Change up 1-2 to Kemp. This All-Star is scuffling in May. And strikes out again. He's been up 10 times in the series. He struck out 6 times. Well, in the pregame show, Steve Finley examining Kemp's swing, maybe detecting a flaw.
Well, he looks like he's collapsing a little bit on the front side. I mean, when you're in a slump, it could be mental, it could be physical, it could be mechanical. You know, he did have a major foot surgery, the microfracture there, and it could be bothering him. There's things that we don't know. We're just speculating, but his swing is definitely a little longer than it has been in the past, especially in April.
I mean, he's so conscientious and wants so desperately to do well. He likes the limelight, and this is a struggle, and it's part of the game. The best go through it, and he's in that bad phase. Upton grounded to second his first time. Let's go back to the strikeout pitch.
Yeah, and Steve mentioned it. That pitch was down and away there, and he's trying to square it up in the hole, trying to protect.
Well, you just see the bat dropping away from his body. It's not coming straight down to the ball, and that's just collapsing on that front side a little bit and not sitting against your front side.
And what that means, Steve, is the swing gets long, correct?
Yeah, it could be. Like
if your hands go away from your body.
Exactly. The hands are going away from his body. He's kind of leaning over, and the hands are dropping down to the ball instead of dropping the head down to the ball. You know, and when he steps to the plate right now, it seems like he's 0-2 every at bat.
2-2 now to Upton.
And Steve Finley, I'm sure you've been through some slumps in your long big league career. What does a hitter do to try to break out of that?
You break a bat and get a bleeder base hit, something. Something to get your confidence going. You know, something to help the team win. It doesn't have to be a hit, just a hard hit ball sometimes.
There's a base hit for Upton. He just that short, compact swing. And he drives it to right field, the second base hit for the Padres.
That was beautiful. Got to get him up. We hear that about sinker ballers all the time, and Upton lets that ball travel a little bit. Hands first, barrel follows, and he beats the shift.
And bring the time run to the plate. Solarte struck out swinging the first time. Upton goes, swing and a miss, and without a throw, Upton has his 9th stolen base of the season. He was running before Hendricks released the ball.
He had a good step, maybe a step and a half, before Hendricks lifted that leg.
Montero realized he had no chance. That Solarte flies to center. Back goes Fowler to make the catch, and the Padres come up empty in the 4th. It's still 2-0 Cubs. Cubs as we go to the 5th inning, and it's time now for the T-Mobile game changer, and that features young Chris Bryant, 2-run homer tonight. Those numbers are all updated. He's got the best batting average of any major league rookie, driving in 27 more than any rookie. Big numbers for Bryant as expected.
You know, talking to the Cub announcers, talking to Joe Madden, the one thing that sticks out for Chris Bryant after the first 20 games, it's amazing the adjustments that he has made. He will be patient. Sure, there are some swings and misses, but he's made tremendous progress in the first 30 games.
10-game hitting streak with his home run tonight. Back to the mound. Despagne bats it down and throws him out. Well, Steve Finley, everyone has their eyes on young Chris Bryant. There's a lot to see. What impresses you?
Well, the game he came up against us at home in Chicago, you could tell there was a lot of nerves. Anybody would have been nervous in a game like that. But he's really settled down, and I think it's really big that Joe Madden is moving up to 2nd in the order to kind of take a pressure off of him. You know, a rookie coming in, you place him 4th in the order. That's a lot of responsibility. I think he's able to grow now in that 2nd spot in the order, and he's getting pitches to hit with Rizzo hitting behind him.
That's right. When he came up and debuted in the game at Wrigley Field against the Padres, they placed him in the cleanup spot. Rizzo, first ball hunting, hits that off to the left. Long run for Middlebrooks and makes the catch in foul territory. So Rizzo 0 for 3 tonight. 2 outs, bases empty to Starlin Castro.
Will Middlebrooks makes that one look easy.
Castro a single and a comeback out to the pitcher Despagne. Graysomer is settling down since giving up the leadoff walk and the 2-run homer to Chris Bryant in the first inning. Giving up a couple of doubles. Montero and Coughlin, no damage done. Russell with a single. 2-0. So, Mark Grant, do you see anything different in Despaigne from what we've observed the last 3 games where he struggled?
After that first inning, that one bad breaking ball, he's hitting his spots. The fastball's got tremendous movement on it. That looked like a pretty good pitch right there. Pitched out of trouble, too, after that 2-run first. The leadoff double and a walk. Nothing for the Cubs. In the third, 2-out double, left him stranded.
Yeah, the green light. Castro 3-0.
I just think sometimes Odrisamer underestimates his fastball. He's touched 93, but it's just not 93. He's got good movement with that 93 fastball. Let's see what Derek puts down here. Fastball away. Bring that 2-seamer back.
Yeah, good stuff, 93.
Yeah.
So full count to Castro. Despaign's walked 2 men, Fowler on both occasions. And he has struck out 3. And that went off the fist, and a soft single to right field for Castro. He's 2 for 3.
Tonight on Fox Sports Live, full highlights and reaction as the Warriors try to hold off the Rockets again in the Western Conference Finals. Plus, did the Ducks and Blackhawks have another marathon battle in Game 3? And which pitcher went deep when Clayton Kershaw and Madison Bumgarner clashed in San Francisco? That's tonight on Fox Sports Live over on Fox Sports 1.
6 hits now for the visitors from the Windy City. Again, it's a 2-out base hit. And here's Montero. 2-out double last time he was up. Weak wave at that off-speed pitch. 0-2. Frank Garces getting loose in the Padre pen. Joaquin Benoit keeping that soup bone loose as well.
Oh, I love that expression, the old soup bone.
Good free agent pickup, Montero. Hitter with power, good catcher. Up the middle, right at Amarista, playing directly behind second base. The shift was perfectly placed to take care of Montero. 2-0. The Padres in the home half of the 5th inning will bring up Will Venable, Will Middlebrooks, and then Alexi Amarista against right-hander Kyle Hendricks, who has scattered a couple of hits. Infield hit for Venable and a line single to right by Justin Upton. If you're just joining us, a 2-run home run 1st inning off the bat of Chris Bryant, the rookie 3rd baseman of the Cubs, and that's the run story. And we're joined by Jeff Garland, invader from Chicago. Curb your enthusiasm,
yes,
fans. He's here.
Yes. I cannot believe that I'm next to you.
Well,
Sports Challenge. Are you kidding me?
You're not old enough.
I'm 52. Sports Challenge. I used to watch it. That's how I became. Actually, I used to root for the Lakers when they were on there. Jerry West would be on there.
He was good. He was an all-star in trivia, sports trivia.
But I remember. I watched it. I loved that show. The fact I'm next to you is like the biggest
here's
thrill.
the star right here
Mark.
from Chicago.
Good to see you, Jeff.
From Joliet.
Yes.
Look at you and your good looks.
Big fan. I just want to know, how's Bam Bam doing?
Bam Bam's doing fine.
No, but let's talk about your career. Second City, growing up in Chicago, seeing Jimmy Durante.
Jimmy Durante was as a kid, I saw Jimmy Durante perform, and I asked my parents if that was a job. And they said yes. I go, well, that's the job that I want.
Kind of the way I felt about baseball. But you mean they get paid too?
Yeah, but that's exactly
thing, right?
it. Yeah, like you just get to, because I was always the funniest kid from like nursery school on. So yeah, Jimmy Durante's the reason I became a comedian. And
I'm really disappointed, Jeff.
You're
going to appear at the Comedy Store in La Jolla. That's 3 blocks from my house. I'd walk down to see him.
But you're going to be in L.A.
Yeah, we have to go see the Dodgers.
You have to go see the
the boss. Jeff Bile, got to meet our boss and see if I can get off and see you perform.
I will. Can I tell you something? Can you imagine telling Padre fans that? By the way, I watch a lot of your broadcasts because I have the Major League Baseball app. So I definitely watch you. I love you. Your voice makes me so happy. Are you kidding me?
You're making me feel so good. I'm getting some love tonight.
It's the truth. You're Dick Enberg. My God. How am I allowed to talk at the same time as you? And I guarantee a lot of viewers right now are saying, yes, how are you allowed to talk at the same time as Dick Enberg?
Middlebrooks, by the way, that was a base hit for the Padres.
Yes.
Now we got the tying run coming to the plate.
Former Boston Red Sox player Will Middlebrooks.
So let me guess, Ernie Banks had to be your hero as a kid.
Ernie Banks was my hero, no doubt about it. Oh, my God. I got to actually host his 80th birthday party. I spent some nice time with him. And he was my dad's favorite, my favorite. My gosh, yeah.
Ground ball up the middle. Amarista could be 2. There's 1 and back to first. 4, 6, 3. Double play for the Cubs. Jeff Garland ordered that on his way up to the booth, and that's it for the Padres in the 5th inning. Can you stick around for another half inning?
My God, yes.
Wait till you see the gifts we give away here at Fox Sports.
Good.
Wait till you see them.
Okay, great.
Oh my. On 6 hits, the Padres no runs and 3 hits as we move to the top of the 6th. So Laird, Coughlin, and Hendricks will hit for the Cubs. Jeff Garland, kind enough to spend another half inning with us.
Yeah, I'm kind enough.
Meet the Goldbergs, huh?
Yeah, the Goldbergs, yes. But let me just say something. I'm next to Dick Enberg.
Come on. I can't handle
sit back
I'm
and enjoy
kind
this.
enough to broadcast a game with Dick Enberg. Yeah, that's so nice of me. I'm sure a lot of nice people in the stands would do anything to be in my place.
Well,
it's a beautiful ballpark, by the way.
Yeah, isn't it, though? How about the score? That's the largest scoreboard in the National League.
It's
That's
beautiful.
a great addition this year.
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's. By the way, Chris Bryant's home run, they say how it sounds so different. It really does.
No,
he's pretty extraordinary.
You're going to get a lot of great moments out of that young man.
By the way, both these teams are really on the upward swing.
Amarista just in time to deny Soler a base hit. You had a chance to visit with our manager, Bud Black, before the game.
I hung out with Bud Black in his office. He is, by the way, what a gentleman. What a great guy.
Oh, he's terrific.
Yeah, just great.
And Joe Madden and Bud Black, they don't come any better than those two.
Those two, exactly.
What were you telling him right here, Jeff?
By the way, he had just asked me if I would make the Padres my second favorite team. I'm not kidding. And I said, if you want me to, I'm in. So the Padres are now my second favorite team.
Did he give you any swag or anything? Did you get a hat, a T-shirt?
No, he shook my hand. And he hurt my finger. But, yeah, he was a gentleman. He's really nice, yes. And so the Padres are now my official second favorite team.
Good. That's good. We're going to have to get you some swag here.
Sure.
So, get you one of those little small T-shirts they give away,
yes,
and a little hat.
A little teeny hat with my giant hat.
You can eat your ice
my
cream.
My big belly, yeah.
How did you get involved with Curb, your enthusiasm, and Larry David, your connection?
My connection is we were both comedians. We knew each other. I had worked on Jon Stewart and Dennis Leary's HBO specials, and I told Larry an idea that I had, which turned out to be Curb Your Enthusiasm. I was smart enough to tell a genius.
Yeah.
I told a genius my idea. There you go.
Have you seen his Broadway show, Fish in the Dark?
I saw it last week.
Good?
Fantastic. It's too bad no one will be able to go see it because he's done June 7th. He doesn't want to do it anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, he was a zip-in, zip-out guy. Yeah.
I read today that they've already covered the nut and everything's full profit from now on.
Full profit. Jason Alexander's stepping in. Yeah.
The writing is brilliant for Curb Your Enthusiasm. I mean, if you're a Seinfeld fan, Curb Your Enthusiasm, it is just absolutely brilliant.
Larry writes the stories, but we make up all our own dialogue.
Is it going to come back?
I hope so. We just talked about it last week. There is a good chance. Not a great chance, but a good chance.
You know what is amazing? Because when I watch that show, how much of it is ad-libbing?
Everything we say.
No kidding.
Yeah, the stories are written. Larry writes these great stories, but all of our dialogue we make up as we go along. Like you guys do. You see what happens, then you say it.
That's just brilliant.
Well, that's what real comedy is, to be able to take life and apply your sense of humor to it.
That's what I do when I do my stand-up. I don't have much planned. I just walk up and I'm funny. Well, hopefully, some nights it doesn't work out that way, but most nights it does.
Is Susie, your wife, in Curb as nice in real life as she is on Curb?
No, she's a lovely woman. She is nothing like the woman she is on Curb. No, nothing at all. People always ask me, does it bother me? And the shows pretend, and I get paid a lot.
Rumor has it you're going to be at the La Jolla Comedy Store this weekend.
This weekend.
Saturday night, right?
Friday and Saturday night.
Oh, and Friday, too.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great little club. You're going to enjoy it.
I'm going to have a great time. And not only that, but the idea that the Cubs were playing the Padres on a Thursday night, that's never, by the way, it's actually rarely ever worked out when I play down there that I can even come to a Padres game, let alone one where they're playing the Cubs. And when it's not 1984, which is much more enjoyable.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh
well, now the Cubs, it's been a while since they won a World Series.
Yes.
You were probably there when they won.
No, I by the way, ironically, I became a fan in '69. I was 7 years old, and I thought for sure, like, oh, my God, this is great. All those Hall of Famers, but the Mets, the Miracle Mets, It's always been something with the Cubs.
Yeah, the Theo DeRocher days, they came so close with Lip running the show there.
One of my favorite baseball stories of all time will take place maybe, I'm going to tell it, no I'm not. I'll stick around, all right, to tell it, because it's a Padre story.
We got you a Padre hoodie.
Oh, not that one. That's way too good. Oh, not
wow.
that.
Beautiful.
It's a Quad X.
Jeff Garland, oh my. Jeff Garland joins us here on Fox Sports
Yes,
San
and the
Diego tonight.
story I was going to tell. Now, I don't know if this is true, but I heard that Nate Colbert in 1969 went out into the on-deck circle, and there was a big round of applause, but it's because they announced that they had gone to the moon. And he thought it was for him.
Right.
He pulled. Is that a true story?
Yes.
You've heard that. You've heard that. Where he pulled his hat off. Like, how about that? They love me, and they're applauding Neil Armstrong. I just thought that was a funny story.
The very first Padre team in 1969. Well, Jeff, we wish you a lot of luck at the La Jolla gigs Friday and Saturday.
By the way, no kidding around. I need it. Why? I'm a humble man. I'm confident, but I'm
you're a
humble.
big star, though, and that's just a
I am
small
a huge
comedy
star.
club.
Dick,
how did they
hold
get
on
you?
a second here. Let's just talk about this. Dick, I am a huge star.
All right, a huge star.
Okay, so there you go.
But how did they get you when there's so many places that
because I actually love coming down to San Diego. The truth is, and it's very relaxing. My wife's coming for the weekend. My kids are on their own this week. They're 15 and 19. So my wife and I are going to be alone down here, and we always have a nice time. I love being in San Diego and La Jolla. I just love it down here.
Spangenberg drives the ball, but Fowler closes the gap.
That's how
in right
you
center.
say his name. I didn't know.
Spangenberg is
yes,
out.
Spangenberg. But I do fantasy baseball. Matt Kemp's on my team.
Got to get him going.
No, I just picked him up. Someone was eager to trade him. I'm like, you fool! This guy is so streaky, and when he gets on, look out, everybody.
Boy, that Curb Your Enthusiasm is perfect for him, isn't it?
Oh, it's
Where do you get
the best.
What's the formula for this high energy and?
I don't know. By the way, if someone's sitting next to you and I point to you, and they're not excited, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
I'm next to Dick Enberg.
No, this is the.
Are you kidding me?
You're next to this wonderful game. That's what's exciting.
Look at it, baseball, Dick Enberg. I mean, good night, everybody. How about that?
I'm quitting. You just take over, okay? I've had enough praise. I can't handle it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I wasn't raised that way. A farm kid from Michigan, no one gave you praise. No one said nice things.
Going into the Hall of Fame this summer.
The Michigan Hall of Fame?
No.
Cooperstown.
Baseball Hall of Fame.
First off, no kidding around. I actually thought you were already in the Hall of Fame.
Well, this is the year. I'm so excited.
Good. Why would you be? That's great.
That's great.
My God, Dick Enberg, Hall of Famer. Look out, everybody.
Hey, I hope we're taping this. I want a copy. Make it 10 copies.
And
meanwhile, the Padres, a couple of outs here, a couple of outs in center field, Spangenberg and pinch hitter Barmas, and it's Derek Norris. He's grounded twice to third.
I saw you. When did you sing the stretch last time? Last year?
Oh, wait, which I've done it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I did it this year already.
No, it was probably last year, but I wanted to get a chance to go say hi to you, but you were just bombarded with people. But hey, Jeff, it has been awesome you taking the time to come join us.
Hey, this has been such an honor, both of you.
Thank you.
Kid from Michigan, kid from Joliet. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Cancel that psychiatrist appointment. I'm okay now. I'm all right. Summary, and Kyle Hendricks, as he pitched against the Padres in Chicago, has been outstanding. 6 strikeouts. He's allowed only 3 base hits. Despaigne gave up the 2-run homer to Chris Bryant in the first inning. He had walked Fowler, and Bryant hits his 5th homer of the year. Has settled down, scattered some hits since, and has logged 6 innings, allowed 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. And we move to the 7th inning. Addison, Russell at the top of the order, Fowler and Bryant. As Dale Thayer is our El Cajon Ford pitching change.
Well, Despaigne kept him at 2 after that one bad pitch in the first inning. Goose eggs the rest of the way. Now it's Dale Thayer's job to hold these Cubs at 2.
Young Russell struck out and singled to right field. You know, we live in this closed world of sports. In many ways, you feel closed. You know, you got lots of fans and everything. You just don't know who is listening. You know, it's
right.
The people that care so much about this game, and we would, you know, adulation toward them. Russell got all of that from Thayer, and it's going to be 3-0 when that lands. His 3rd home run of the year. Addison Russell, 21 years young.
Well, like the hanging breaking ball early on from Despaigne to Chris Bryant. That looked like a hanging breaking ball out of the hand of Dale Thayer. Yes, it was. And it was middle in. Recognized it, stayed back just long enough to keep it fair.
Well, this home run situation here is becoming very serious at Petco Park, especially with the opponents clubbing more than their share. 2 home runs again tonight for Chicago. They had 3 in game 1. No home runs last night, but 5 in the 3-game series. Fowler with 1 on Tuesday night. He has a couple of walks and a fly ball to center. That's a big insurance run for the Cubs. Squares and takes a strike on the inside corner. That's going to be a tough play for Thayer. Bare hand and throw, and gets the speedy Fowler by a half stride. 1 away.
That was a nice play because there was a chance. You throw that a little bit too quickly, you throw it up the backside of Fowler. So you got to throw that ball on the inside part. The bare hand, he's already planted, but that's perfectly placed. A lot of times that throw will be rushed and it'll leak down the baseline and hit the runner.
Bryant with a 2-run homer in the first. He now has 27 runs batted in, the top RBI count for any National League rookie. He has struck out and bounced to the mound since. .388 feet they measure the home run by Russell. Now, Garland, just a final thought. The passion that the Chicago sports fan has for their games. I mean, the Cubs, their White Sox, their Blackhawks, their Bears. I mean, and he just epitomizes that, doesn't he?
Die hard, loves his Cubs no matter what. Hey, you're either a Sox or a Cubs fan. There's no in between.
There's no question about the sincerity.
Absolutely.
When the Padres win their World Series, we're going to see more of that from the good faithful here in our beautiful city. Swing and a miss. Tied him up inside.
You know, one of my favorite Cubs stories is when they lost to the Marlins that year they won the World Series, when the Marlins went on. The Cubs were 1 win away from going to the World Series. And the story goes that a father was walking out of that game when they lost, with his like 7-year-old son. No World Series. Got beat by the Marlins. They're walking out of the stadium, and the father puts his arm around his son and says, "Son, you are now officially a Chicago Cubs fan." Meaning that there's been years and years of heartache, and you just experienced the heartache that we've been experiencing for the last 100 years.
Strikeout of Brian, second time he's gone down, or as the famous voice of the Cubs, Jack Brickhouse, said, "Hey, every team has the right to have a bad century."
Yeah.
So Bryant punched out twice and bounced it to the mound since he hit the home run.
Good rebound by Dale Thayer after the home run.
Rizzo has struck out, popped up twice. Three 0 now. The Cubs lead it. Another pop up. Boy, that's way up there. Middlebrook circling under it. So after the home run by Russell, Thayer gets the next three Cubs. Stretch half of the seventh in San Diego. That was game 4 of the 1984 National League Championship Series. The Cubs had won the first two. Garvey secured the second win to tie the series, and then the Padres won game 5 on their way to the 84 World Series. Jeff Garland, that still sticks in his craw. He brought that up, didn't he? Here's Matt Kemp.
Hey, do you think Jeff Garland was a huge Dick Enberg fan?
Goodness.
I love that.
That's embarrassing.
No, it's not.
Oh, my.
That's great.
Kemp has struck out both times.
I love it. Good stuff. Gold, Jerry. Hey, he's with Sean Green, former Dodger, former Blue Jay from Tustin.
There's a sharp shot past the shortstop, and Kemp breaking out of his slump here in May, perhaps with that sharp single to start things in the 7th inning. Castro kind of hesitated going after that ball.
That ball was stung nicely. Down and in, and Matt does a good job. The hands were back, foot was down, throwing that shillelagh. And the good sound past Castro.
That'll bring up Justin Upton. Upton has singled and grounded out tonight. Hendricks has thrown only 76 pitches. That ball hit high and deep, foul, hooking into the crowd. Back in the left field corner. Four hits for the Padres, all singles. Oh, and 2. Well, a reminder, tomorrow night from Dodger Stadium, Fox Sports San Diego presents the first of the 3-game series, 6:30. Andrew Kastner against Zach Greinke. The Padres get the Dodgers' best after Kershaw pitched today. Then on Saturday, 6:30, Kennedy and Mike Bolsinger, who is 2-0 with a 1.04 ERA since moving into the rotation. And then James Shields will pitch Sunday, 12:30 our TV time. Carlos Frias for the Dodgers. He's 3-1. Chopped toward the hole. There's one. The throw back to first, not in time. And Upton safe on the fielder's choice.
Time now to check the Cholula flamethrower. Hendricks got the two-seamer, the changeup. What's he got it up to? 92 miles an hour for the right-hander. Not really hot sauce.
Tepid sauce.
There you go.
But it's still Cholula now.
Absolutely. Got to love Cholula, but it's the movement of Hendricks that is being effective tonight. Also that changeup, working the ground ball.
Solarte is struck out and flied to center field. So the Anaheim Ducks have just defeated the Blackhawks 2-1. Popped up left side of the infield. Castro 2 away. Venable the hitter. It's been a tough homestand since it opened when the Padres outscored the Nationals 8-3. Then they were shut out 10-0 by Washington 4-1. And the final game of that series 10-5. A couple of one-run games to split here against the Cubs. And a quick inning after the leadoff single by Matt Kemp. We've completed 7, 3-0 Cubs.
Top of the 8th inning, the Cubs lead the Padres. Steve Finley and Mike Pomeranz working on Padres Live, the post-game show, which will be brought to you by Cox Communications. But right now, Steve, as we look ahead, we've seen the home runs. Problem is that for the bad guys, but hopefully this problematic Chicago Cubs bullpen will yield one for the good ones.
Yeah, well, 2 home runs, the difference in the game right now. Kendrick finds some way to get him out of the game. Chicago's bullpen has had their struggles. Let's get them in the game and see if something good can happen.
Yeah, Hendricks has been very efficient. So when we see in a post-game show, we'll break down everything that happens here. You're also going to hear from Bud Black, and we'll be able to talk with Joe Maddon, the Cubs manager, as we wrap up this series. Plus, we're going to look ahead, get you set for the road trip, the Dodgers and the Angels. So we'll look forward to seeing you gentlemen tonight after the final out.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Of course, the Dodgers swept by the Giants in San Francisco, 3 shutouts for the Giants pitching staff to cut into that Dodger lead. Now only a game and a half. So they're going to be a little edgy tomorrow night when they take the field against the Padres. Sean Kelly making his 10th appearance.
And Sean Kelly trying to get a seamless inning here. The splits even at 3:33. Turned in scoreless 8 innings Sunday against the Nationals.
Castro into the shift, and Amarista throws him out.
And 4 of his 9 outings this season have been scoreless for Sean, so a chance for him to hold the Cubs at 3 and have a nice clean 1-2-3 inning hopefully.
Miguel Montero, a double in 3 at-bats tonight. Castro with 2 hits and young Russell with 2. The double play combination accounting for 4 of the 7 hits. But the big blows, Chris Bryant's 2-run homer in the first off Despaigne, who settled down, didn't allow any more runs. And Thayer greeted by Russell's home run in the 7th, his 3rd of the season. Shift on for Montero. Will Myers going steady with that baseball bat. He can't wait to get back in action. Jose Valentin there behind him. He's due to come off the DL, I believe, on Wednesday when the Padres finished their 2-stop road trip in Anaheim. Did he go? Able to check.
Good breaking ball. Good sharp breaking ball by Sean Kelly. Trying to bury it in. We've seen that a lot. Anthony Rizzo, Miguel Montero. Sliders down and in. And get him out with soft stuff away as well.
There's the fastball, blows down Montero for the 2nd out.
Good low fastball, downward plane at 92. Good pitch.
Jorge Soler, the batter. Well, our DraftKings players to watch, as the guys gave you that information in the pregame show. Kendrick certainly winning some points. Montero with a double. Justin Upton just a single. And Solarte 0 for 3.
And if you want to play, go to DraftKings.com and enter the promo code Friars.
So those 4 tips, Hendricks is the best. Well, that's a quick inning for Sean Kelly. Is Amarista with another assist. We go to the bottom of the 8th. And welcome back to Petco. It's the bottom of the 8th. The Padres running out of time here against the right-hander Kyle Hendricks, pitching a 4-hit shutout. It'll be Middlebrooks, Amarista, and a pinch hitter for the Padres here in the home half of the 8th, trailing 3-0. Middlebrooks singled his last time. 4 singles given up by Hendricks, Kemp, Upton, Venable, and Middlebrooks. That's been it. In fact, the Padres have had only one man reach second base. That was Upton with a 2-out single in the 4th and stole second base. 1-2. Prior to tonight, Hendricks had never gone beyond 6 innings. He's opening the 8th against the Padres. That's how effective he's been and efficient. Only 84 pitches. And a full count. Hasn't walked a man. And he struck out 6.
Well, I think Steve Finley did a nice job of breaking down what the Padres need to do. A couple base runners, put some pressure on the Cubs, and Hendricks, you know, it's getting late, running out of outs, but to get in that Cub bullpen. Nice catch by that man right there.
That one rolled foul. It remains full at 3-2.
But Hendricks doing a fine job as far as pitch total. 87, 30 balls, 57 strikes for the sinker baller and changeup specialist.
Up the middle. Russell with a good play. Safe. Couldn't get much on his throw. Terrific effort by Addison Russell to make the stop sliding and pop up and flip that ball in one hop. But Middlebrooks hustling up the line has an infield hit.
That was one heck of a play. Sliding and then one swift move trying to get most on it. And Anthony Rizzo playing the big hop. That was close. He was safe, but that was closer than I thought.
Yeah, the bounce gave that extra split second for Middlebrooks to get on the bag. Amarista has lined to left and hit into a double play. Jed Jerko with the bat is in the on deck circle. Padres need 3 runs. Russell to Castro, and for the second time tonight, Amarista bangs into a double play.
Well, that's what will happen when the sinker baller has it working and you're working down in the zone. Pretty good looking double play combination there, and it's an elevated one, but Amarista cannot elevate it. Quick tag of the bag. Watch how quickly Castro gets the ball, tags the bag, gets out of the way, and fires a strike to Rizzo.
So bases empty with 2 outs for Jerko. Jed with his second home run in this homestand last Sunday against Washington to deep center field. As a pinch hitter, 3 for 7. And he has the only pinch hit home run. Two and two. Almost got Spangenberg in the on deck circle.
There you see the breakdown. My goodness.
Some easy innings, the 5th, 6th, and 7th.
That's what happens when you pound the zone with that two-seamer. You incorporate the changeup, mix in a breaking ball. There's a changeup.
Cubs getting their throw. Patrick Kernish of the public relations media staff here making the play in the press box.
Making a nice play and paying it off by giving it to a fan.
And he chases the ball in the dirt. Strike 3. Strikeout number 7 for Kyle Hendricks. What a game he has pitched. Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com today and see how much you could save. By Petco, what we feed them matters. And by your San Diego Lexus dealer. Gas Lamp District on this Thursday night. Fans enjoying a game and a nice dinner. Post-game, an earlier start tonight. Corey Mazzoni getting his 3rd Major League appearance. Recalled from El Paso, where he was pitching very well. He's had a little trouble in his 2 starts. You don't have to give up many runs to have an ERA like that when you only have 2 opportunities.
Yeah, in the minor leagues, hopefully that translates over to the big league level. It's a very important inning. This is a big inning. Trailing by 3 in the 9th. Pitched a 1-0 record. He had a save, a 1.04 ERA, 27 strikeouts and just 4 walks. That's very important for Corey Mazzoni. No free passes. Go after these Cubs and have the Padres hitting their bottom half of the 9th.
He came over from the Mets in the trade for the left-handed reliever Alex Torres. 30,021. A nice turnout on this Thursday night. Chris Coughlin takes strike 1. He is double to left, soft liner to second, and a ground ball to first. Two-run home run by Chris Bryant in the 1st inning, and a solo shot by Addison Russell, the young second baseman, in the 7th, and that's the story. 3-0 Cubs. As Kyle Hendricks has scattered 5 singles. So the Padres tomorrow night start the first of 3 up at Dodger Stadium, and then down to Orange County against the Angels for 3, and then back home a week from tomorrow night, or actually a week from tonight, against the Pittsburgh Pirates, a 4-game series. Strike 3 as Coughlin caught looking. Mazzoni with a strikeout.
Good fastball at 96. for Mazzoni, freezing him right on the inside part of the plate to Coughlin. Watch the glove. A little bit of tail there at the end and hits the glove for the called strike.
So Kyle Hendricks, who had never gone beyond 6 innings this year, going to hit here, which means he's going to try to log a complete game win. This is his best effort in the major leagues. Hard to believe he came into the game with a record of 0-1 in 7 starts and a 5.15 ERA. 94 on the fastball, 1-2. Breaking ball. Well, actually, he's got good movement on the fastball. 2-2. Well, this is an audition of sorts for Corey Mazzoni. Impress the big club and try to keep around. No, this is a chance for him to show his stuff, and he's got a couple of strikeouts to open the 9th inning. And we want to take a look now at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
First key was get to Hendricks early. Well, he's still in the game. 8 innings, 5 hits, no runs. He's punched out 7. And Odrisamer had to shut down the right-handed hitters tonight. 6 hits allowed, 5 to right-handed batters, one of them being the big blow, the 2-run shot to Chris Bryant in the first inning.
Russell homered off Dale Thayer, his 3rd of the season, to give the Cubs a big insurance run in the 7th inning and make it 3-0. Hector Rondon, the closer. We're going to see him in the 9th inning.
That was a nice tight breaking ball right there from Corey Mazzoni. We got the fastball about 95, 96, and that breaking ball there at 85. Nice depth to it. Nice break.
Yeah, that live arm is what attracted H.A. Preller to make the trade. Torres to the Mets. Just off the edge at 95, a pitch away from striking out the side. Bolster the young man's confidence.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Russell's home run in the 7th, deep to left field, 388 feet. Yeah, women don't get that excited when they get a diamond for their anniversary. Maybe that's the key. Wrap up a baseball and give it to your lady on the birthday. A 1-2-3 inning for Mazzoni. Padres last call, bottom of the 9th, trailing by 3. for Adrian Gonzalez. Rivals in the West, the Dodgers and the Padres tomorrow night. Andrew Kastner going to get some run support against the very tough right-hander Zach Greinke. Saturday night, 6:30 as well. It'll be Kennedy against Mike Bolsinger. And then Sunday, Shields will look for his 6th win. Carlos Frias for the Dodgers. Bolsinger and Frias combined are 5-1, replacing Ryu and McCarthy, both injured for the season. There's Spangenberg, a line drive right to the shortstop. One away.
Nothing you can do there, Corey. Hit it well, put a good swing on it.
Meanwhile, Hendricks has now set a personal record going beyond 8 innings. He once last year pitched 8 innings. Now into the 9th, and next pitch will be number 100. Norris 0 for 3. Padres need a couple of base runners. Bring up the big guns. 2 ground balls to third and a strikeout for Norris. Excellent control. Hendricks has been able to place his pitches right where he wants them. No walks.
Look at that. Starts off the plate, ends up outer half with the 2-seamer at 89.
Good eye takes the pitch off the plate. 2-1. He's had only a couple of 3-ball counts tonight. Fly ball routine, right field Soler. 2 away. Well, time for our Bill Howe plays of the game, and it features Kyle Hendricks' work. Allowing just 5 hits, all singles, no walks, 7 strikeouts for the 25-year-old from Mission Viejo and Dartmouth University.
Working it in, out, up and down, back and forth with the changeup. And there you see the line score.
Pitching like a Phi Beta Kappa. Matt Kemp, a couple of strikeouts, singled his last time. Let's see if that opens the gates and turns that wheel around to a positive cycle.
Well, it's really amazing. 17 times tonight, the Padre hitters have seen 3 or fewer pitches during an at-bat from Hendricks.
And they're down to their final strike. Pitch away from being shut out for the 7th time this year. Another surprising development with the hitters that they have in that lineup. Last year, they led the National League being shut out. 7 high this year. Fly ball to right field. Soler, when it lands in his glove, the Cubs have taken the series. Final score tonight, Cubs and Hendricks 3, the Padres nothing. Here's Mike Pomerantz.
Dick, thank you very much. When we see you in a post-game show, we're going to talk about Chris Bryant and his Cubs able to take this series as you just described. You're going to hear from Buddy Black and Joe Madden, and we're going to get you ready for the next series against Los Angeles.